All right, so a bowling ball is shot upward from a cannon with this equation, where h is in meters and t is in seconds. The initial velocity was that was your initial velocity. So what is the highest? The bowling ball will be above the ground. So that you're trying to find the maximum.
So that would be the vertex?
And so that's the vertex, right? And the vertex is always the x-coordinate of the vertex is equal to negative b over 2a. So negative b, negative 65 over 2a. So just punch that in your equation, which is 318.5. Now that's your x-coordinate, but they wanted to know what is the highest the bowling ball. So that's just the time. That's your time, right? I said x, I should have said t, right? Because it's not x, it's t. That's your time. So to find your height, you plug this in to that equation for t. And so your height would be equal to, and I recommend you use your graphing calculator and use the store function, store this value in for x, and then type in this equation and hit enter, or type in not the h part, but the equation part and hit enter, and that'll give you the value. So sorry, this was a mistake. This should not have been, it was punched in wrong on the calculator. I should have recognized that. The real value is 3.316 approximately. So when you punch that in, you get 109.48 approximately. So that value is the height, the max height of the bowling ball. The next question says, how high is the bowling ball off the ground when it is shot from the cannon? Well, when is it shot from the cannon? What does t equal when it's shot from the cannon?
T is equal to...
It's equal to 0. Right? Because you're just about to shoot it. So plug in 0 for x, and those both go away, and you just get 1.7. Is it feet or meters? Meters. This is also meters. Always put your 1.7 meters. Good. Next question says, the bowling ball was shot near a cliff, and it hit the ground over the cliff 200 meters below the surface of this level of the ground where the cannon was. How much time did it take to land? So this is your h.
Okay, so
that's your height. So plug in your height, 200 equals negative 9.8 t squared plus 65 t plus 1.7. A couple ways you can do this. You can either graph this and this in your calculator, call that y sub 1 and call that y sub 2, and find out where they intersect, and use the one that's more logical, that'll intersect probably in two places, negative and positive, or two different places. Or you could just, the old-fashioned way of doing it is just to set this equal to 0, so subtract 200. So 0 equals 9.8 t squared plus 65 t minus 198.3.
And then just doing the same thing back. Okay.
And then using quadratic formula really is what you would use for that, quadratic formula. Or plug that in the calculator and find your zeros. Find your two intercepts. I'm not going to do that.
Is that just graphing?
Yeah, in your graphing calculator you can do that. Or, like I said, or just do the negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Do that thing and get the logical answer of the two.